Dona Celeste! Good morning! Bom dia!
Bom dia.
Ou será boa tarde?
Não é boa tarde porque eu não almocei.
Ai, quer dizer, enquanto não almoça não é boa tarde.
Não.
Então pronto, vamos lá ver o que é que há hoje. Sardinhas já há poucas.
Sim. Remasse você tudo.
Carapau também não há muito.
Ai, se me levar todo até fico contente.
Você tem vendido bem hoje, hein?
Ai, tem que ser.
Que bichinho é aquele?
Salmão.
Salmão.
Aquilo é uma... É um peixe-espada.
Peixe-espada, é mesmo? Uau!
Veio no meio das sardinhas.
Bem enganado, coitado.
E tem-se, olha.
E as fanecas para o Agostinho?
Já fui lá, não estava.
Passou agora aqui. Você tem que ir lá. E as solhas?
Lá ainda agora há bocadinho.
Pois, que ele estava aqui na conversa comigo agora ali.
Oh.
Está a ver? Para aqui a conversar, nem me deixa fazer nada.
E é que não faz gelo e não faz você. Ainda é o contrário, não é?
É verdade, é verdade. Mas pronto, tem que ser.
Ele como está reformado, está a recebê-lo ao fim do mês, mas você não está.
Ah, eu não. Já lhe disse várias vezes. Eu tenho que trabalhar todos os dias para ganhar algum.
Por isso mesmo.
Yeah, collards are kind of struggling. They're very resilient plants, but the ground is so dry that you don't see good healthy growth. And the potato patch is pretty done. We need to dig them hopefully this week. We'll see if I can get to that. This is one of the oldest trees here in the homestead. It's a plum tree. When I first got here 2.5 years ago, I wasn't really sure what it was. And it seemed to me like it was some kind of a plum or around that species of fruit tree. And it was just overgrown. It was covered with brambles and there was like these oaks growing all over it. So I removed all that and pruned it back a little bit. I really cut it back. And last year it didn't give any fruit, but it had beautiful foliage, and it's in a bad spot because this is where I want to build the sheep corral, like the building for the sheep. And but I didn't want to cut it right away. I thought it was some kind of a fruit tree. And look at it this year; it's beautiful. Huh? Wel, fui eu que a pus. Yeah. Tenho.
Porque hoje está muito enterrado ainda na. Hoje está muito mais fundo de correr.
É capaz de poder, é?
Tu já sabes, se encher a poça, vazar a poça, a água fica como está. Não desce mais do que isto.
I'm going to get some lavender. All right, buddy. Good walk. Huh?
Now sleep all day.
Get him drinking.
special moment here. Last cap of the edge row of tiles. About 150 feet, 50 meters, over 50 meters of these guys all around. 6 corners like this, 2 interior corners. I don't know, it's not quite ready yet. I haven't counted how many tiles, but it's taken so far quite a few. After this row, I need 11 more rows to complete this panel. And then caps on the ridges, putty, paint, eventually chimneys, skylight for the washroom, but I'm gonna build a real simple one with glass tiles, because you can get these tiles in glass, exactly the same but glass. So with four or 6 glass tiles, I can build a really simple, inexpensive skylight that will never leak. But I'll do that later. I can remove the tiles and do it easily. Yeah. I'm gonna have some dinner. By the way, tonight's dinner is pretty special. It's one of those rare occasions we eat land-based animal protein, where we normally eat ocean-sourced fish for animal protein. It's one of those times where it takes me back to thinking how my grandparents used to live here and what their diet was like. So, great opportunity. Although, eventually I hope I eat more of this land-based protein. Baby steps. Anyway, this week's video is a bit light on work on the house. It's not easy at all to create good, interesting content from repetitive work, from showing you things that I've been doing over and over again for the last couple of months. I'm now on the last panel of the roof, and it's the biggest panel, but it's so repetitive, and everything else I've already done. So yeah, but I hope it's not too much of a problem for you. I know a lot of people want to see me rebuild this house as quickly as possible. But really, this is about the documenting the rebuilding of the homestead, of the whole homestead, where my grandparents used to live and where I lived as a little child with them. So it's important that I work also on everything else that's going on here, so that when the house is ready, everything else is ready and it works. Speaking of that, one very important piece of support infrastructure. You saw me working on the old pond. I had to bring in an excavator to clean the vegetation from the pond. It's not possible to get inside of it unless you put on some fisherman's rubber boots, the ones that come up to your chest. Some years ago, someone attempted to dredge it, or they did, deepened it for some reason. And that damaged the pond. The pond now doesn't hold water. You also cannot get inside of it to maintain it. And there's a water consortium. So this week was the first meeting of the all water consortium. Back in my grandparents' day, there was 4 neighbors that shared the water from the pond. Now it's only me and another neighbor. But they haven't used their land for a long time, so they haven't needed to use the water. But this week they decided that they are going to need the water. So unfortunately the pond doesn't work. Because in order to flood the fields like it was, or like it's intended to work, you need to be able to close the hole and allow the pond to fill to the top. And the pond just doesn't hold water. It holds the water you see there, that's below the hole, because it's been deepened, but it doesn't hold any water if you close it. It just leaks everywhere. So I have to work on that. I've been thinking how I'm going to do that. And I would love to restore the pond to what it used to be like. I mentioned in the past how my grandmother used to do her laundry there. There was 2 wash stones, and on her knees she would wash her family's laundry, clothes. I would like those stones back there. When the excavator was there to clean up the vegetation from the pond, I seen the stones. The stones are inside there. So I want to remove those stones, and I want to rebuild the pond proper. I have to fill the bottom of the pond so I can get inside over time and maintain it at least once a year. That's how it has to be done. The consortium of people that use the water also have the responsibility to come together and maintain the pond once a year, get in there and clean it, seal it with the mud on the outside, on the walls. And so I have to do that. I used to have a beautiful grapevine pergola over it to shade it, and I would like very much to bring that. I have many beautiful, wonderful memories of being a child and that pond. So, it hasn't been a priority for me because I built the irrigation system here to be able to do what I need to do. But at some point, I need to work on it. But because I have other priorities, the house and all the other support infrastructure that I'm putting in place, I kind of have been leaving the pond behind. And the pond was probably the most important bit of support infrastructure that my grandparents had. They didn't have a well like I do now, and a tank and pumps and electricity, so that was crucial for them. But I really need to get in there, and now the neighbors want the water, so we have to figure out how we're gonna repair the pond, because the pond, in order to work, to flood the fields, needs to be able to accumulate water up to the top. And it doesn't seal, doesn't hold water, so it has a few problems to be dealt with. So that's something that needs to be done there, and everything else that's going on, of course, may not make for the content you are looking for, because you would love to see me finish this house as soon as possible. But rebuilding this homestead is what's important to me. Of course, the house is important, right? But when the house is ready, everything else should be ready as well. Anyway, having said that, and before I get on to preparing tonight's special dinner, I'd like to say that Portugal is in full festive mode. The 3,000 plus villages or parishes, as they are known, are celebrating. Some parishes have 2 celebrations per season. So we're talking like 3,000, maybe 4,000 fiestas, festas, parties throughout the country. Yeah, it's a big part of the culture in this country is to celebrate they have pagan origins, but there's always a saint that is celebrated. And yeah, we can hear the music in the background. I don't know if you can hear it sometimes, depending on the wind. It's the next village over here. Last weekend was the other village. I showed it on the video last week a little bit. I could probably finish every video for about 3 months with one of these, just in the two or three municipalities around here. So yeah, it's party time in Portugal, and so with that, I'm gonna go and prepare tonight's dinner, because although it's pretty simple, it's not as simple as going to the supermarket to get the ingredients. Your potatoes. So I have some cucumbers, some lemon cucumbers. The red zebra tomatoes are not quite ripe, but they're good. And some marzanos are a bit ripe already. Lots of green beans. Oops. Yeah. You bring in the sriracha? I don't think you're gonna need that sriracha. It's gonna be maybe a little too spicy. I don't know. Rate it with your hands.
Thank you.
Churrasco, barbecue chicken, you're supposed to live with your hands. Hi.
That's
Good.
true.
Okay. You're having some
Cerveja.
cerveja? Okay.
The only other beer in Portugal.
Well, it's a popular beer. Let's just say that. It's like the Molson Canadian of Portugal. Food.
Out.
All
I
right.
wouldn't call it Molson Canadian.
Okay, Labatt's Blue. Which one? That's what it is.
It's more like Moosehead.
Oh yeah? Like flavor-wise, you mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's an upgrade from Molson Canadian, I guess. I just want it to be saucy, isn't it? Like the saucy. Molho. Hey, what's up? Go get it. Ah, man. Oh, yeah, I was looking for some of these. So the fireworks is at midnight. You wanna come? Oops, oh crap. Apparently they have a really good display of fireworks. They take a lot of pride in their fireworks over there.
Foguetes.
Não, fogo de artifício.
Oh, fogo
De artifício.
What are foguetes then?
Foguetes is the rockets, the ones with the canes. They just make noise. So yeah,